got a play going on, but it's an interesting twist on things that are going on right here in our area. I'm joined by Ray Ellis and Mark Rand. They're actors in the Story of My Life musical. We talked about it. It's a musical. It's a great show that you're talking about at Asbury Memorial. Right. But there's something a little different about you guys in this case, which is you both happen to have Parkinson's disease. Yes. But the musical itself, not about Parkinson's.
Exactly.
So talk to me a little bit about where this idea came from or where you guys came up with it.
I came in touch with the show about 16 years ago and tried multiple times with different actors around Savannah to produce the show, because it's just, I fell in love with it and it never happened. And this past November, it came back into my head, and Mark and I had talked, and I knew that he had Parkinson's and stuff, and within 2 weeks, we had the show completely booked, paid for. We had two donations that paid for the show 100%. So we're doing it as a fundraiser for Hospice Savannah Story Keeping Program, because that's what the story's about, but then also for the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research.
So interesting is he's done so much. He's the face of Parkinson's in many people's minds at this point. How important is that for you guys to be up there, Mark, especially for you to be there and be able to show people it's not a death sentence?
Yeah, I think it's good for the fundraiser. And also, yeah, just to see, for people to get a chance to see people performing, not being, afraid to get out there and or hide in their houses. So yeah, we'll be up there and we'll have some shakes going on, but it's okay.
But the diagnosis has become more common, unfortunately, throughout the United States. For you guys out here, it affects your motor skills, but your mind is still sharp the entire time.
We're hoping so for this weekend. Yes.
Better remember the lines at least.
So yeah, I mean, it's, right now I think we're both just have the tremors and stuff. So that's the only symptoms that we're having right now.
How much does that change for you guys? Then you have to watch each other and maybe the help that each one could give to each other with what's going on, I assume, on stage too.
Yeah, I mean, like Ray said, we're mainly just affected with tremors, and oddly enough, it's on both sides. We refer to each other as like the Parkinson's twins, because we're almost the same age and diagnosed at the same time. Right.
But the show itself is really interesting. Talk to me a little bit about what the show is about for someone who want to watch.
The show is about two friends that meet each other in first grade, and my character Alvin is the one that kind of pushes Mark to become, or Thomas, to become better and bigger. And he goes on, becomes a world-renowned author and very successful. And they separate and stay kind of in touch. I try to keep in touch with him and stuff. And I end up in a frozen river, on Christmas Eve, and I die. And we agreed when we were 11 that we would, whoever dies first, the other would do the eulogy. And so Thomas has come back to do Alvin's eulogy and can't, because he doesn't know the story.
Ironically, the best-selling author just can't come up with the words to write his own best friend's eulogy.
Not the easiest thing in the world, I'm sure.
Right,
So the show takes place in Thomas's mind while he's trying to come up with this, and Alvin shows up in his mind as a voice.
So we'll show you exactly the times and dates for this coming up this weekend. For you, Mark, what do you want people to take away from this show?
Well, I think it's a show that a lot of people will relate to, because it deals with loss and also just friendships that just kind of like separate over time, and the regret that might happen after that, especially the character that I play. And I can relate to that because I've got friends from decades ago that I haven't been as good keeping in contact with.
So we appreciate it very much. Good luck this weekend. We're thrilled that you're doing it and showing the different side of Parkinson's for everybody out there as well.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it so much. We'll be right back with a whole lot more in just a moment after traffic.